welcome back to Commentea.
Hi guys!
Today we're going to be reacting to an old video of Alexandra Rodriguez, aka Learning to Be Fearless, called My Lap Band Journey. If you did not know, she did have a lap band at the very beginning of her channel. This is probably 8 to 10 years old. So we're going to see the old Alex and a little glimpse into what she was doing with her weight loss at the time.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a video that's a bit overdue. A lot of people have asked me about my lap band experience.
I'm sorry, we have to stop for a second. Oh my gosh.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
One, she sounds so young, which she is young, but her voice is completely different. She looks completely different. Like, her face is not puffy at all.
I honestly didn't recognize her. As soon as I saw her, I was like, this is Alex? One, she doesn't even sound like her currently, and she looks so different.
Sorry, we're in shock. All right, play.
And about my weight loss journey. I made a video about my lap band journey a really long time ago, and I know the video is really old at this point, so I kind of wanted to do an updated version and give you more details. So for most of you who don't know this about me, I have talked about it on my channel before though. I have been on a weight loss journey. My weight loss journey honestly is kind of over, to be honest, because I'm comfortable and happy where I'm at now.
Wow.
And boy, it feels really good to say that I'm finally comfortable and happy with the weight and size that I am. I know I'm not everyone's standard of healthy. I am a size 14. I definitely don't weigh under 200 pounds, I'll be honest about that.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, she's a size 14 here, right? And supposedly now she's at 18-20. She's so much smaller here. Like, so much.
So much. She probably looks half of the size of what she is right now.
Or less.
Or less, yeah. It's actually really weird to hear her say that she's comfortable being at the weight that she is now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, good for her for being there. And sadly, we know that she didn't stay there, but to feel that at least once in your life, what a good feeling. I mean, that's if she's being genuine. We don't really know. Like, is she really? Or is she really wishing she was a size 2? I don't really know.
I've always been heavier. I've just always been heavier. And this video's about to get real, so it's part of me. But I have always just been on the heavier side, and it's just a thing. And I don't know. I'm finally coming to terms with it overall, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let me get back on track. Back when I was going through a really hard time when I was younger, there are stages of my life that I really actually don't really remember because I choose to block them out. I went through a lot of dark times where I found that food was my out and food was my comfort. Like, everybody has that one thing that makes...
I just wish she would talk about this now.
Yeah.
She's so relatable here, talking about how she blocks things out from her memory because she's been through trauma. I feel like her channel started as being this genuine person, and it turned into, I'm just going to make money on here with fashion and make it less about her and more about the things she's trying to sell us.
Or live a financially stable life where she doesn't worry about anything else.
If she stayed this way, I guarantee you she would have had 1 million subscribers by now or more.
Oh, yeah.
Because this type of person is the type of person people seek out on YouTube, where it feels like, oh, she understands me. I get her. Yes, I've been through that too. She seems more mature here than she is now, which is a little scary.
There's an innocence to this video. And I think, I don't know if it has to do with the negativity that she's gotten over the years.
Yeah.
That has made her this way, but it's two completely different people.
I'm comfortable. And I know a lot of people who binge eat just for pure comfort, and it gets them through the hard times. You know, I was one of those people. I was one of those kids. So I remember to this day when I was a kid always trying to like sneak snacks or whatever. I think one of the peaks of it was when I had how old was I? I think I had just turned 16 and I had just gotten my license. And once I got my license, like, that opened doors for me to be able to eat like whatever I wanted. And I didn't have any self-control at the time. I think one of the things that happens when we suffer from food disorders, I think a lot of us have to deal with the fact that it's the only thing in our life that we feel like we can control. So I have made stories on my binge eating disorder before, though. I'll find them and link it below. But this is not my lap.
Why doesn't she say that now, that she has a binge eating disorder?
I feel like I've heard her say it recently, talking about binge eating, but not saying I suffer from it. She always says things to the general audience as if it's not affecting her. When she she says certain things, it's really about herself, but she cannot come to terms to say it. I don't really understand why anymore. I don't know if the internet has just made her build a wall up, or she just feels like she just cannot be honest with anyone. She's so sensitive that if she says that people are gonna make fun of her or something,
or
which
cancel her, or
which would be horrible.
Yeah, and we know that she has an issue with the way she's perceived.
Yeah.
This all plays into her attitude now.
So do you think that Alex would be the same type of kind of manipulative, kind of insecure type of person if she wasn't on YouTube? Or do you think she would have just kind of stayed this way and kind of grown?
I think she would be completely different.
Yeah.
Basing it off of this video.
Yeah.
Her struggles would have been personal, and she would have been more truthful, more self-reflecting, than she is now. It all just seems so fake, and it's coming from her. It's coming from her not trying to show who she really is. She doesn't want to hear any negative thoughts or comments about her or anyone criticizing her.
I think that YouTube has really messed her up. I think that she never took criticism well, and that hearing criticism about the way she looked all the time, or the way she speaks, or the things she does, just really affected her. And I don't think she was ever at a place where she felt super confident with herself. So she could never block out like those negative comments. She is completely different, because I think it's brought her down so low that she literally eats herself for comfort. I don't know if she'll ever really feel truly happy and confident without her just stopping YouTube altogether. And that's, that's hard to say, but I really do think that she can't handle it right now, and that she needs years and years of therapy to really heal herself and really feel that she's worthy and self-loved, and not care what people think about how she looks, how she dresses, being dressed up. I think it literally eats her up inside, because she can't handle that. And she's a sensitive person. She tries to come off as being unstoppable, fearless. I mean, that's why she gave her name Fearless. So I like the fact that we're seeing her this vulnerable, because I feel like this is the reason why people subscribed to her at the beginning.
At that point, I was almost 300 pounds. And I was completely unaware of that.
She has never mentioned her weight now, has she?
No.
Living life very blindly. I thought that I was just whatever. I didn't really think about it. I was very blind to it. I didn't like the scale. I didn't go on the scale. I was just living my life and blocking out a lot of bad feelings with food. And I know that was unhealthy of me. So a lot of people might judge me for this, but feeling like you're out of control leads to making decisions that you feel like will help. I never suffered from any other eating disorders besides binge, but I knew that I had a problem with portion control and like not feeling full, because my stomach had already been expanding because I was eating so much at the time. So my mom and I, one day, she kind of just had to have that talk with me, and she sat me down and said, I need you to step on the scale right now. And I was just like, I don't want to step on the scale. And she made me step on the scale, and that number pierced my heart. I didn't really realize that was where I was at the time. I was, like I said, totally blind to it. So my mom and I talked, and the funny thing is I'd always been trying to lose weight, but food was always my problem. The gym was never my problem. It was always food at the time. I was going to the gym with my grandma, actually. We had like a gym routine. It was really cute. We'd go to the gym like 3 or 4 times a week. I was burning like 600, 700 calories every time I went, but I was eating way too much. And I always had that problem with food. Food was always my problem. It was. So I decided to look into lap band surgery. Felt like it was a good option. My grandma on my father's side, she had actually had gastric bypass, and so had my aunt on that side, I believe, and they had really good luck with it, but I didn't like the idea of removing a part of my body permanently. So I looked into lap band, and I saw that most places in the US didn't do it unless you were 18, and I was only 16 at the time. So my mom and I looked out at further resources, and we found this doctor in Mexico. Don't get scared when I say that, by the way, guys. It's not like I'm going into like
Too
a
late.
or something and getting surgery.
Okay, this is not to say that doctors in Mexico are not certified or qualified. That's not what we're saying, but it is scary if you don't know the regulations from that country, or
the ethics too, I think, vary in country.
Yeah.
So I think that's mainly why it's concerning when you hear somebody say, I got it from Mexico, I got it from a different country.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the ethics are for doctors in those areas.
Her mom supported her for this decision.
Yeah. Okay. How she's feeling so comfortable bringing up surgery like that. Yes, we know that she's having a binge eating disorder, but this is where her surgery
addressed her weight is just through surgery.
It's just through surgery. I wish she maybe would have addressed it differently instead of just jumping into surgery. But then again, I don't know
the circumstances. Yeah. I also find it kind of odd that, you know, she was going through this disorder and the mom didn't think that she should have repaired the disorder before she went through surgery.
That's exactly right. Yeah, what I was trying to say.
So I feel like obviously the weight's going to come back if she has surgery but still has the same mindset. So I know her mom was probably desperate to help her. It doesn't sound like she tried anything else before the surgery. It was just like, step on the scale, you're super heavy, we need surgery. That's not always the answer.
So how she mentions her grandmother and her so-and-so. Her aunt, they've had surgery. It seems that she was dragged into this lifestyle. It might have been a solution for them, but was there something her mom might have helped her do? Maybe she could have started meal prepping, or her mom helping her regulate what she's eating.
Just educating
her.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know. We don't know all the details of it. So this is just based off of this video.
This is just our opinions. So please don't send hate to her or her family or to anyone. We only get to see a little clips of her videos. We don't know actually what's going on behind the scenes. So we only can base our judgment off what we hear and see from these videos. I mean, she's young.
She's easily influenced too.
Yeah. And if your mom was telling you at a really young age, you're really overweight, we need to do this. I mean, who are you to say no? You don't know anything.
It's your mom. It's your mom. You trust her and you think that your mom's telling you the best.
People can be very judgmental when they hear the word Mexico. I don't know why, because I went to a really amazing doctor and my experience was great. So this is what happened. We went to Mexico and we went to, I think it was Dr. Ortiz. I think you can look him up if you want to. He's like totally world renowned. He'd been on, I think it was Oprah or Dr. Phil, talking about helping younger kids losing weight because I think they did it on 16 and up instead of 18 and up. And I know that I needed help and I felt that desperate. So it worked out fine. No need to judge me on that one. And it was less expensive than it was here at the time. So we went there. Yeah, we did it. As crazy as it sounds, I've had a very strange life. I've had some really weird experiences. I might write a book at some point.
What do you think about doctors doing weight loss surgery on 16-year-olds?
Like weight loss surgery, I think there would have to be a really specific case. I don't necessarily agree with weight loss surgery unless it's your last resort. And when you're a kid, I just feel like you're so young and your body's young and
still growing.
It's still growing, and you have more of a chance to lose weight. You have an easier chance of losing weight than someone that's in their 50s or 60s or 70s. So morally, I don't feel comfortable with that. Like if my kid was overweight, I would not go right away to thinking
resort to that.
Surgery is the only answer.
I've taken some weird paths, you could say. I'm always outside the box. But anyway, so we went to Mexico and I had the surgery done. It was like a 5-day trip. Got there the first day, pre-op, second day operation, and then 3 days of rest, and then we came home. And I was bed rested at home for not a few months, maybe 6 weeks, maybe more. It was a long time ago, like solid 6 years ago. And I was already starting to lose weight because I was on a liquid diet at the time. I was drinking Gatorade, keeping my electrolytes up. Then I worked my way to chicken broth. Then I worked my way to dairy. And then I eventually worked my way back to eating. So if you don't know what lap band is, first and foremost, it is a little tube that goes at the top, like a little band that goes around the top of your stomach, and it creates a smaller stomach pouch. So this is your stomach down here, and then this is like the top of your stomach. So they put the little tube here, so this is your stomach down here, but with this tube up here, it creates a small pouch that acts as your new stomach, and it makes you full very quickly, which is pretty great if you feel like it takes you a long time to get full, or if you have a hard time controlling yourself with your portions. And yeah, it works. It does work. But the problem was with this, that we were not educated enough. I will admit that. Make sure you're very educated before you go through with any of these kinds of surgeries. Not saying...
Okay, she's already admitting that she wasn't educated. I don't know what she went through yet, but it sounds like she jumped into it and her mom supported her without her being educated as well, right? You're putting your kid through this, going to Mexico for surgery, but why didn't she educate herself before?
I totally recommend it. I'll get to that later. But what my mom and I had known at the time is that you needed to get your lap band refilled continuously for it to work properly. And we had not known that the closest fill center to get my lap band filled with the liquid to keep it working was in New Jersey, and I'm in Massachusetts, so it's a 6-hour drive. So that was our own fault. I don't know how we missed that. I felt like we researched a ton on the surgery before. Somehow that wasn't part of it. But the fill center was affiliated with the surgeon that we'd gone to, so the fills were coordinated together with my surgeon. So that was nice. The doctor was extremely professional. I had a great experience there. In no way bashing anything about my surgery that happened there in my specific experience. I had a great experience.
She keeps looking at herself in the
awesome
viewfinder.
People in that trip. I had, like, it was a beautiful facility. They put us in an amazing hotel. The whole thing was absolutely splendid. Like, it was a great trip. It wasn't bad at all. It was gorgeous. So then we got home, bed rest. I worked my way back to food. So as I started eating, I was losing weight. I think I lost like 30 pounds in the first few months, something like that. And I think it had continued to go steadily, but as my lap band was shrinking, and like the liquid wasn't filled, so it wasn't working properly, I was beginning to develop really a lot of issues with eating, and a lot of my food was getting stuck, like going through the band, and I was throwing up quite constantly. I remember the first day I threw up, it was awful. All of a sudden, like, I couldn't get my food to go down, and there were certain foods you can't eat that you are limited to. You know, you can't eat white bread, you can't have anything too like doughy or sticky, or it will have problems going down. And I can't describe to you this feeling. If you have lap band and you know what it's like to vomit up your food when it won't fit through, I cannot describe to you what kind of feeling that is. I get chills thinking about it because I don't have it anymore, but to think about it, it's weird. It's like you just, all of a sudden you feel this feeling like your food it's like just stuck in there and you can just like heave it up. I don't know. I'm sorry, way too much information. But yeah, if you have lap band, you know how that feels. So as time was developing, I was losing weight, but not almost in the most healthy way. I was throwing up a lot of my food. My mom and I had gone down to get a couple fills. It wasn't super easy to get down to New Jersey all the time to have it filled, so that was kind of a struggle.
How often do you get it filled?
We did go a few times, and once it was filled, it was working properly. But as time went on, I think I had it for a few years. I was losing more weight, and it was becoming much too tedious to keep going to New Jersey, and I was still throwing up my food all the time. It was just a very rough experience. So I started to look into surgeons in my area that would remove it for me. Really, really lucky, and found a surgeon at a hospital right near my house, and he was such a blessing. He was so nice. He, my insurance covered it. He looked into it for me, and he was like checking on my cc's of my lap band, and since I was having such trouble eating, oh my god, I was miserable. Like, I couldn't eat barely anything without it getting caught and having to throw it up.
Don't you think that this also is one of the reasons why she has issues with food? Because she spent all this time with a lap band that wasn't working properly, and it stopped her from eating. And so I feel like, you know, as soon as you get free from that, it's just, you feel like a dog on a leash who just, you let the dog go and they just run wild because this was her self-control, was
the lap band.
The lap band was her self-control. But once you don't have the lap band, where does your self-control go? Did she ever have it? She didn't, because she wasn't taught self-control. She was just taught surgery. So this is why her path has been surgery, surgery, surgery. Doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work, because it has to be paired with self-control.
But that's just because I wasn't getting fills properly, and it was a challenge. But at that time, I felt like I had been ready to do it on my own, and like I felt like I had learned portion control at that time. Because after you have the lap band for a while, I almost feel like it not conditions you per se, but I feel like it really helps you mentally get to the right frame of mind where you can live a healthy life and have the proper portions for yourself. So I was ready. I was ready to get it removed. So he had taken the liquid out for me until the surgery date. Thankfully, he was available to do that for me. And I had my surgery date, and I got it removed, and I was super relieved. I was so relieved. It was just a relief. I could eat again. I was like feeling good and healthy and confident. And once I got my lap band removed, I can honestly say I didn't gain any weight back. I continued to lose on my own, which is an amazing feeling because the lap band helped me gain more knowledge on food and portion control and health, and over time I just continued to evolve, and I lost more weight on my own without the lap band. So, you know, I think the lap band is a very complex surgery. I hope I explained it the best I could about like the tube and everything and the little band that goes in your stomach. If you want more details, obviously just Google it and you'll see some more. But as for recommending it for myself, it helped me in so many ways. There's no way I could ever say that I would take that back, because only God knows where I would be if I hadn't done it. And even before that, I didn't even say this before, but like I had tried other methods. I was on Jenny Craig. I think I lost like 50 pounds. And once I got off of it, I gained it all back. It just didn't work for me.
Okay, so this is the first time she's saying that they did try other stuff, which
right.
I feel like she didn't say that before. So she tried Jenny Craig and she gained it back. So I guess at least she tried something else.
I tried numerous methods on my own. It just didn't work. So lap band really did change my life for the few years that I had it. Regardless of how miserable I had been at some points of having it, it definitely changed my life. I'm happy now. I went from size 20 to a 14. I'm happy being plus size, being curvy. I'm happy with my body now. I'm happy with the way that I eat and have control now. I don't suffer from binge eating disorder anymore, but binge is a whole nother thing. I will link that video down below if you're looking for like tips and causes and everything like that, because that's a completely different issue. And I'm not saying you can just go and cure your binge eating disorder with a surgery, a weight loss surgery. So don't do that, because it absolutely stems from other issues as well.
That's what you did.
I think that physical health a lot of the time can be affiliated with mental health. And if you're going through a lot of things, I will definitely say that it can affect you physically. And, you know, you might be trying to self-cure and comfort your...
Don't take a shot every time she touches her hair, or you will be drunk on your...
So the fact that she keeps touching her hair,
yeah,
obviously she's insecure and she's trying to see
how
she looks. So could this be another fake Alex that is trying to portray this innocent, likable girl that
so confident,
has a very soft-spoken voice?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe she just got her hair done and she's
feeling herself.
I don't know. Oh, Alex, she's so young, so innocent.
Yourself with food. So definitely, if you feel that way, look into binge eating disorder and getting help for it, because it's absolutely...
You know what? Another thing that she mentions, that she was close to 300 pounds.
I think she said over
300 pounds, and she was a size 20. So I wonder if that's what she currently is now, because she's
probably
tipping...
bigger than that.
Yeah.
I feel like in her recent video, she even looks heavier doing this intuitive eating thing. She needs to be careful. It's not good for her health, just in general.
Treatable. I've been there. I know my story is a little bit blurry, but hopefully I explained it to my best advantage. I know a lot of people were more curious about my story. Yeah, I love you so much. And remember, you're beautiful. The size in your pants does not define you. Like, you know, you don't have to be a size 2 to be happy and healthy.
Oh man, Alex, giving us advice about how to be confident.
Oh.
We hope you enjoyed this reaction video from Commentea. Do us a favor and make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget to comment and like the video, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.